Today we're going to do some Milliefiore beads, and we'll just start off with a basic 218, which is a petrol green. That's a fetcher. So we have a mandrel ready, and I've dipped it there. So we'll just warm the glass up first, and I've got my Milliefiore ready. I've made some little patterns out which I want to use. It's better to prepare them first so you don't get muddled up with what colours you want. So we're just going to make a little base bead first. Wrap it around. Okay, so that's virtually the round bead that I want. And then we're going to get a pair of tweezers, and we're just going to pick up colours that we want. So I've got that one. Just flick it in the flame a bit first. Heat where you're going to put it on your bead. Just put it on like that, just like that, and then gradually just melt it in a little bit. Just straighten up a bit because I've moved it a bit. Just heat it, and then you need a paddle just to flatten it in a little bit. So it's still raised, I don't know if you can see it's still raised, so just keep heating it a little bit and then just push it down a little bit. That way the shape stays nice. Don't want to push it down too fast. And just melt it in. And you get your next one. And get your tweezers again. Pick up your next Milliefiore. Flick it in the flame. Just flicking it in the camera then. Just touch it, push it on, and just heat it on a little bit. Just touch it down. Just keep gradually just pushing it down a little bit. Okay, that one's in. Pick up another piece. Where you're going to put it on, flick it in the flame. The flicking just pre-warms it a little bit, just to take the shock off it. I usually hold it on for a couple of seconds just to make sure the warmth comes through the hot bead. Just heat it on a little bit, and again just mash it down a bit. Just heat them all the way around just to warm the bead a little bit. I'm going to put another one on there, I think. We'll just pick up another one. Where you're going to put it on, just push it on. Warm it in the flame a little bit. Tip it down. Tip it down. You can see I've sort of flattened it down a bit. And then I just make them flat all the way around. Just heat them right up so they're all melted in now. You don't want to over melt them because they'll start losing the shape. So when they come back they should be quite a nice colour. I don't know if you can see the colour coming through yet, but you can put the clear on top if you want, but I'm going to leave them like that because I'm just going to etch them when I've finished. And I'm going to do a raspberry one this time. So we'll use a raspberry, this Reichenbach raspberry. Again, heat your mandrel, which has been dipped in bead release. Just make a nice little base bead first. What colour am I going to put on? Maybe pale pink. So that's the one I'm going to put on. If you can see it. Just heat it a little bit. Flick it in the flame, add it on. You can do it by just heating it a little bit, leaving it like raised like that, and then just adding the next one on. Sometimes they ping off if you haven't put them on properly. So that one's on. Next one. one. show they're sort of central really. And the next one. Okay, so they're all on. I don't know if you can see them. There it is, like that. And I'm now going to melt them in. Just heat them up a bit. And you get your paddle again. And just tap them down. You'll see they've sort of rounded over, but once you flatten them, they'll be quite a nice shape. And just melt them in. So I'm going to do a set like this, all different colours, and then I'm going to etch them in the etch to make them nice and matte. Okay, so I've done my beads. I've put them on a mandrel with just a bit of a bend on the end. It's just an old one. And then I'm going to put them into the etch, which is there. I've just taken the top off. Stick them in. And then I leave them to soak for about 5 minutes, and we'll come back to them and see what they're like. Okay, so I'm now going to take the beads out of the etch. Take them out. I'm going to wash them off. Just put them in the sink. The second lot.